1989-1990 Stoneville Catholic Central Fighting Crusaders.
As Martin's Ferry troops out onto the field, we talked about the captains going out. As usual, we missed the toss. It looks like Central might be kicking since Kopcha has the tee in his hand. He'll trot on out there. Crusaders in the usual blue shirts and gold pants with the trim being blue and gold. Martin's Ferry in the white with the purple numbers and trim. And we're ready for football here.
Kroll will be deep, standing at the 10-yard line. He'll be flanked by Bell and catch that other number, Gino. Number 9.
Yeah, that's Mark Joseph.
Mark Joseph. So it's trip safeties. Kopcha can usually reach the 10-yard line. First-year kicker from the soccer squad usually takes only 4 or 5 steps. The whistle sounds and Kopcha will hit it, and the left footer has it high and short. Taken by one of the up men at the 25-yard line. Good return across the 30 to the 35, position-wise that is, and Martin's Ferry will have pretty good field position. As carrying the mail with Theaker, and he's getting up slowly. Making the stop for the Crusader specialty unit, Jim Winnick, and it's 1st and 10 Purple Riders as they start at their own 35 with pretty good field position on the short kickoff.
The Crusaders like to assert themselves early on defense. Let's see how they go here with the 4-4.
Twins to the right, the backs are in an I. And back to pass is the quarterback. Lude, nope, incomplete to the far side. Jason Lude, the quarterback, pass intended for one of his wideouts.
Maurice Jordan.
Jordan, number 10. So Martin's Ferry quickly on first down, throwing the football and sending the pair of subs in. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the Purple Rider 35. Twin receivers to the right. Again, the backs are in an I. Jason Lude, senior quarterback. Deep handoff goes to the tailback. Short yardage across the 35, maybe to the 36 or 37-yard line goes Rich Theaker. Pickup of, we'll give him only 1 to the 36, so it'll be 3rd and long for the Purple Riders.
Theaker picks up about a yard.
Again, the backs are in an I. Passing possession. Look, little counter play. Not rolling around the right side. Lude's got a man wide open downfield. It's Jordan at the 30. He may go all the way. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Beautiful faking by Jason Lude. He got the Crusader corners coming up. And Jordan, the only wide receiver, was 10 yards behind the defenders. And the Purple Riders score quickly and early on a 64-yard TD pass. Jason Lude to Jordan, and they're on the board at the 10:55 mark.
Well, just
it's McFarland, and they're delaying, and referee Bloom throws the flag, and they'll do it from 5 yards deeper.
Strap around his foot.
Lude will hold, and the extra point will be a 26-yard attempt. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it splits the uprights. And with 10:55 to go in the first quarter, Martin's Ferry has quickly jumped on top 7-0, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
This is April
on McFarland to kick it off for Martin's Ferry. He's a big boy at 255.
One of your larger kickers. Johnson stands in the middle at the 5-yard line. McFarland from the right hash mark.
Whoa.
High and deep. Johnson in his end zone, and that's a dead ball. For the new rule this year, you cannot return a kick that is into the end zone, and it'll be 1st and 10 Crusaders as McFarland shows a big toe.
He sure did. He got into it big time.
Still Williams in the backfield.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Johnson is split left and Stone to the right. Winnick tight at left end. Here comes Johnson in motion to join Stone on the right side. Little counter play. Here goes Williams around to the left side into the secondary. 25-30. Williams almost lost the football, and that slowed him down a little bit. But he got into the secondary with a nifty gain on 1st down.
Pickup of 11, 1st and 10 Crusaders.
Well, he got to the 31-yard line, so Kevin Williams starts where he's left off after the first 3 weeks with a 1st down on his first running play.
Getting back to what you said about him almost losing the ball, if he doesn't almost lose it and have to reach back with his opposite hand, he doesn't slow down and he might go.
Pro set, dive play, left side. Fullback Daly crosses the 35 and stretches his body to the 36-yard line.
Daly picks up 4.
Big number 84, John Caprita, the sophomore defensive end, makes the stop. But Daly, a nice gain on 1st down of 5, make it 2nd and 5, 16 yards on 2 running plays at the Central 36. Stone and Johnson are twins to the right, and Winnick is tight at left end. The backs this time are in an I. Last play left side, Williams. Williams crosses the 40. Williams breaks the tackle. Williams to the 44, and another Central 1st down.
Yeah, Williams that time dragging people with him, but when he almost broke it, looked like he lost footing and went down, although he had a couple of people dragging him. Or vice versa, he was dragging them.
Vickers on a stop.
Vic ground game, which has 2 strong runners. The shifty Williams and the hard-hitting Daly. And there's Williams on a straight dive, and he carries a couple of tacklers with him to midfield. One of them was Kurt Seacrest, defensive left end.
Seacrest on a stop.
Also helped out by Eric Del Guzzo, the inside linebacker, and Williams gets 5.
He showed real nice power, John, because he put his shoulders down and actually made the contact with the defenders instead of them making contact with him, and just pushed them backwards for the 6.
2nd and 5 near midfield. Official timeout. It's 7-0 if you've just joined us on 3rd and 9 from the converted, and it's 7-0. Long count by Prest on 2nd and 5. Here goes Daly over the left side, and Daly is close to a 1st down at the Purple Rider 45.5 yard line. Rich Theaker makes the stop.
Well, he has the 1st
by
down.
Lucas.
Daly picks up 5.
He has the 1st down. You go back to the timeout a moment ago that you made mention of. What the officials were trying to do was get Coach Bruni to get the band to quiet down.
45-yard line.
They were playing full tilt while the Crusaders were trying to run plays. I think what they'll let them do, if you want to play full tilt while your own team's snapping the ball, go ahead. If you remember a couple of years ago, the Crusaders had a penalty called on them.
They certainly did. Central has run the ball 5 times. No running play has netted less than 5 yards. They picked up 35, 3 1st downs in the process, and are at the Purple Rider 45. And here's the first option play. Prest hit as he pitches back. Here goes Williams, 45-40. Williams breaks the tackle and is out of bounds near the 37-yard line. Prest took a good shot, but at the last moment he pitched to Williams on the option, and another big gain.
Yeah, and Kevin Williams once again showing the power that he has. He's fast and he's got decent shiftiness, if you will, but if he has to put the shoulder down, you're going to pay a price if you're going to try to tackle him. He's a big kid.
We're going to give Williams 8 to the Purple Rider 37-yard line, 2nd and a pair. As Winnick and Krieger are alternating at tight end, and Winnick is in with the play. Johnson and Stone are twin receivers to the right, and Winnick is tied at left end. DiMarzio over the football. Press calls the signals. Little counter play on the trap. Here's Williams for the 1st down as he crosses the 35 and is down at the 34 by Big John McFarland, the defensive right tackle, 225-pound junior. But Central on the ground now has 4 1st downs. That's their shortest gain, only 3 yards. But Central has chewed him up on the ground. My question would be, will Prest be able to throw the ball effectively, as that left ring finger is the injured part of his hand? Twins right as Johnson will move in motion to the left. Backs in an eye. There's a quick handoff inside to fullback Daly. Short gain of 1.
Well, he either cut it in a little too short or Joe Prest was out a little bit too far because they ran into each other. It'll be no gain.
Peterson and Seacrest make the stop for the Purple Riders. 2nd and 10 at the 34. Extra split. Counterplay. Williams is buried in the backfield. Slow taking place. Play. Seacrest, the defensive end, was right on Kevin Williams, and he hits him for a loss.
Williams loses a yard. It's 3rd and
You can see maybe the rustiness suppressed that time because his faking was very slow. The play took a long time to develop.
Well, I don't know that you can just blame it on his faking. You've got to be able to hold those white-shirted guys out of there a little bit longer than they just did, too. They were in quick.
37. Twins to the right. Prest will roll right. Prest is looking. Prest is going deep. He's got Johnson out there. Johnson makes the grab, and he's out of bounds, though. But we've got a flag, and it looks like interference on the defender. I thought he was face guarding him.
Well, if he did not look back to the football and had his hands up in the air, then indeed it's face guarding.
Robbie Johnson made a nifty adjustment on the reception, but as he went into the air to make the reception, both feet went out of bounds. Incomplete pass, but pass interference call. 15-yard penalty, first down for the Crusaders. The ball rider, 21-yard line. Martins Ferry in 52 defense. 5 in the front line and 2 inside linebackers. Backs are split. Here's an option left, but we've got flags. Somebody probably been moving on the offensive line. And that's exactly what it is. First penalty against Catholic Central will be 1st and 15 at their own 26-yard line, or at the Martins Ferry 26-yard line. The Crusaders have had the ball almost 4.5 minutes.
5-yard mark off. 1st and
9. Press looks over the defense. Blast play left side. Williams into the secondary. Williams at the 15. Williams at the 10. Williams is into the end zone for a score. 26-yard TD run by Kevin Williams on the blast over the left side. Then he cut it back against the grain and just outraced the Purple Rider defenders.
And a nice block downfield, too, by Robbie Johnson. That was the last block needed to spring him without any difficulty. From that point on, it was just clear sailing.
And 2 touchdowns. Snap high, placement down by Polshaw. The kick is good, and we're tied at the 6:20 mark. 7-7. We'll be back after this message.
High school football is king in the tri-state area in J&T
mark, so that's 4 minutes and 35 seconds possession. Kevin Williams with 60 yards on that Crusader drive. Kopsha 4 steps straight down the middle. Crow will take it at the 17-yard line, running laterally, runs into one of his own blockers, and he's down at the 23. So not much of a return as Ryan Kroll, 168-pound senior, started to run laterally and returned it only about 6 yards. 1st and 10 Purple Riders as we're tied at 7. It's on the defensive stops for the Crusader kickoff unit. Lude has a wing back right. And that's Kroll. The backs are in an eye, and he'll roll to the right. Lude flips it out into the flat, right through Kroll's hands. Had D'Onofrio been looking for the football, he was looking to hit Kroll. If he was looking for the football, Gino, it might have slipped right into his hands as it slipped right through Kroll's hands.
Yeah, it might have.
2nd and 10. 1 out of 3 for Lude in the air. That's 6. We've got an eye backfield. Here comes the deep handoff to the tailback, and that's Rich Theaker, and he'll go only to the 25 as he's surrounded by blue jerseys. We've got Stash Rusnick on the bottom of the pile. Stevie Daly was over there, along with 43 for the Crusaders. 41 and 43, Krager and Rusnick. Gain of 2 for Yeager. 3rd and 8, and this is the same type of situation the Riders were in their first possession when they scored the TD. We've got twin receivers to the right. The backs this time are split. And Lude will roll right. Lude looking. Lude will run. He's at the 25, 30. He has a first down at the 35, and he's down at the 36 or 37. Shoestring tackle by linebacker Vince Taglione, but not before Jason Lude, who has good presence of mind. Saw no receivers open, saw a nice hole over the right side, and took it from the 25 out to the 36 36-yard line for an 11-yard pickup. So the Riders have made 2 big third down plays here in quarter number 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, the defenders had the receivers covered so well. They were all with them. The hole was just there. It was a big one.
1st and 10 for Lude. He's got the backs in an eye. He'll roll right this time, and he finds his wide receiver, but he throws it short as the wide receiver fell down on the far side. That was Mark Joseph. The team is, if you will read, this is the best team that they feel that they have played all year as the handoff goes to the deep man. That's the Aker, the 170-pound junior, having trouble running the football. Not much of a hole as he's down at the 36. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, it's tough running against the Crusaders. They like to gather around the football. They get a lot of real nice pursuit. Vince Taglione and Bobby Mascalino, the linebacker and defensive tackle, in on the stop. Pauline and Joseph are twins receivers left. The backs are in an eye. Lude has been tough on 3rd down. He fakes the draw, steps up into the pocket, throws incomplete. Intended receiver was Sheen. Anthony Yanni had good coverage, and the pass was behind him, and the Riders will punt it.
Pass ball incomplete. 5th down, Munster.
Central will send Johnson and Stone at about the Crusader 30-yard line.
I have to remember, I wasn't here last week. Did Johnson have a punt run back for a touchdown? Or was someone feeding me a line?
He had, I think he did. Theaker, he had a long punt return. Theaker stands about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Good snap. 2-stepper, low end over end. It's going to bounce. Johnson will field it as 23, looking for a block. 30, gets a block. 35, 40, 45, down the right side. 50, turns it back. I think we've got a flag. 45, 40, 35, 30. Robbie Johnson from his 23 all the way down to the Purple Rider 31, but I see that old yellow flag back at the Central 43-yard line.
And the shame of it is, it's right in the middle of the field. Robbie Johnson was running the punt back down the sideline.
So Johnson can throw you, and so can Stone. Central with 2 fine punt returners. Central went 80 yards on their first possession, all on the ground. 12 plays. Option. Here's press. Lots of running room. 35, 40, 45, 47-yard line. Nobody covered the quarterback. Option left. Finally brought down in the secondary.
That's just a real nice run. Nobody covered him, like you said. He just kept moving around the left end, and when he saw a chance to turn it up, he did. Picks up to the 47.
Excuse me, Gino. Rich Spielvogel make the stop, finally. They spot pressed at the 46. We're going to give him 18, and the Central ground attack continues to roll up yardage. That's 87. Quick toss, first power sweep we've seen. Daly trying to block. Williams hurdles one tackler, but can't get by the second wave. Leading the second wave was Brian Peterson. Williams advances to the 48 for a pair, 2nd and 8. Clock moving down to the 3:10 mark. Here in quarter number 1, each team with 2 possessions. Johnson flankered left. Backs are in an eye. Press checks the 5-man front. Blast play, big hole, Williams, 50, cuts it back, 45, 40, breaks the tackle, he may go, 35, 30, 25, 20, cuts it back, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Kevin Williams. Breaking at least 3 or 4 tacklers along the way. I think he likes that blast play, Gino. Lead blocker Daly, and then he sort of picks his hole, picks the daylight.
If you give him a hole to pick, he's going to find it. He's very adept at finding the hole that's there. You don't have to necessarily put it where it's supposed to be because he can find it wherever you put it. Once he finds it, you better be a sure tackler because he's going to break it.
52-yarder for Williams. Hole shot a hold, high snap. Kopsha kicks it, though, and it's good. 14-7. Central's come back to score 2 straight to take the lead. 2:38 to go first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
And now a
Number 1 with 2 TDs, and he's over 100 yards easily, right, Gino?
Yeah, just 9 carries, but 113 yards.
Kopsha will kick off. Kroll stands at his 10. Kopsha hits it high. Veering off to the right side. Taken by Josephs right up the middle. Pretty nice return by Josephs as he crosses the 35. Mike Krieger makes the stop. but they hurry out of the huddle, and they're in a pro eye for Jason Lude. Lude runs the option to the right, has some running room, crosses the 40, puts his head down, barrels over a Crusader defender. That was Taglione, and then powers out to the 45-yard line before Wennington and Oakville, along with 52 Mascalino, finally bring Jason Lude. And boy, he lowered the boom on a big linebacker, Vince Taglione, and just bowled him over to 42.
If you can bowl over Taglione, you're not too bad of a runner.
9-yard pickup, and Lude has looked pretty good.
Says here he weighs 168.
Got himself a pro eye again on 2nd and 1, and he'll give it to his fullback, and almost a bodacious hit put on there by number 70 for the Crusader defense. Big John Taylor, 220-pound defensive tackle. Peterson carried the football, but that was a good lick put on by Taylor. The gain is 1, and that's enough for a first down at the Purple Rider 46. Their second for Jason Lude as the clock ticks down to the 1:20 mark here in quarter number 1. Lude will option to the left. He'll turn it up, and this time inside linebacker Stevie Daly grabs him at the 47 for a gain of only 1.
Didn't have a prayer. It was a real nice open field tackle by Daly, who just stepped up and put the clamps on him.
2nd and 9. So they ran option right. Shane is split left. The backs are in an eye. 35 seconds ago in the first quarter, and we've got some movement in the line. The Purple Rider offensive line a little quick off the football.
Well, it seemed like the guards and the tackles moved, but the center didn't snap.
A little illegal procedure. Third penalty for Cherokee 5 against Martin Ferry. It'll bring up 2nd and about 15 at the Rider 41-yard line. Joseph Taylor, Rusnick, and Mascalino in the defensive front 4. Lude rolling out. Gets around one of the Taylors. Finds a receiver out into the flat. That's Theaker, and Theaker crosses midfield. Nope, he's not rolled out of bounds on the far side as his knee touched. Philip Stone got him down at the Crusader 47-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup of 12 yards. Second completion in 6 attempts, 76 yards. When we return as the horn sounds quarter number 1, it'll be the Purple Riders 3rd and 3 at the Central 47 as the Crusaders lead after 1, 14-7. I told you we were plumbing today. I had no chance to listen to any ball games except saw the Pirates walk 4 guys in the 8th inning to lose the game.
33.
Well, that was payback for the first inning when they walked 4 of yours.
Is that right?
Yep. And a little motion on the line. So Martins Ferry, instead of a 3rd and 3, will have a 3rd and 8.
Martins Ferry would have had a first down on this possession. That's 2 penalties. You can't have those when you're playing an undefeated football team.
That's where the line shoot yourself in the foot comes from. Stupid mistakes. So Lude on 3rd down and 8. Back to pass. Looks left, lets it fly, and underthrows his receiver. He had a receiver cutting across the middle, and that was Brandon Shane. But Shane coming toward the middle of the field, the ball went behind him. It'll be 4th down and 8.
I'd like to say hello to my buddy the Hammer, resting his injured back. From Gino, they've all been behind the receivers.
Bit of a high snap, but it's handled. And a nice high kick. Stone at the 20 will come to the left side. Gets blocked from Johnson. Turns it up the middle across the 30, 35, 36-yard line before he's brought down by Tyrone Stewart. So the Crusaders 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line and own a 14-7 lead.
And they have moved the ball on the ground for 141 yards in 13 attempts. It's an average of more than 10 per try. They have not put the ball in the air, and they're 2 for 2 in scores.
Kevin Williams has 113 of those yards. And he dots the I in the pro I. The handoff, nope. Press keeps it, wants to throw, wants to go deep, has Johnson downfield, and overthrows him just a bit. Really threw it behind his break, if you will. Johnson had to stop and try to reverse himself. And the ball floated over his head, so maybe the hand injury is bothering Joe on his accuracy, but he got the ball out there far enough.
Excellent front under.
Well, he was breaking right to left, and the ball was back to his right a little bit. He would have had to make a heck of an adjustment as it was. They hand off to Williams on the dive play, and he's just carrying people across the 40 out to the 43-yard line.
Central has always had a good game package running-wise against the Purple Riders in all the games that I've been able to broadcast between these two fine teams. They're just eating them up on the ground this evening. Once again.
Timeout called to let a Crusader tie his shoe. We're at 11:06 of the second period. Catholic Central with a 7-point lead.
Just a murderous schedule. Just a murderous schedule.
Yeah, they're struggling. That means they're only a real good Division IV team. 3rd and 3, and Martins Ferry put 6 up on the line. And as the option left, Press turns it up early and will be at the first down marker, and in fact has an extra yard for the first down.
Ferry jumped into that 6-man front on 3rd and short. Press saw a nice hole over the left side and just tucked it away and got the first down as he picks up about 5 to the 48.
Johnson split, I should say, in the slot to the right. Stone is wide to the right. Backs are split. And the handoff on the dive play to Daly, and he breaks it to the 40, to the 30. Has a blocker in front of him, but he doesn't see the man that he needs to block. Daly cuts in into the 5, and touchdown.
Nothing but a straight dive play to the fullback out of split backs, Gino, and once again the Crusaders getting key blocks and the backs breaking tackles, and they just ripping the Purple Riders apart on the ground.
Daly into the end zone for the touchdown, and John D'Onofrio was out in front of him looking for someone to block behind Daly. Didn't see the man coming from the deep spot in the defensive backfield who almost made the tackle, but Daly grabbed, was spun down into the end zone for the 6.
52-yard TD as Kopcha converts.
And 21-7 Catholic Central, 10-12 to go, second period, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Well, the game's
will kick off.
And Joseph acting for the Purple Riders. Kopcha to kick off for the Crusaders.
Deep middle, number 42, Ryan Kroll. And it'll go to Joseph instead at the 15-yard line. 20, 25, he'll try the middle, 30, and out to the 35-yard line before he slips and is brought down. So Martins Ferry will start with pretty good field position at their own 35.
Eric Chapano and Scotty Bloomer on the stop for the Crusaders.
2 youngsters for the Crusaders on the specialty unit. Eric Chapano and Scotty Bloomer making the stop. You might have heard Pat Pizzaferrato, Central PA announcer, mention.
Martins Ferry with the eye backs, split to the lefts, flanker to the right, and the handoff to Theater, the deep back. He will cross the 35, but get grudging yards out to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 3. Crusader ground defense has given up yardage extremely grudging. 10-yard run. Outside of that, it's been bits and pieces. Glued on second down, back to throw. Looks downfield, lets it fly over the middle, and it's complete at the 50-yard line. Down the right sideline, Brandon Shane will be grabbed and brought down at the 35 by Philip Stone.
Excellent pattern, but we've got a flag in the defensive backfield in the holding area, and the Purple Riders will have a huge gain nullified. 2 penalties have really hurt the Riders. The pass interference penalty.
It's going to cost them
this penalty.
Yeah, it's going to cost them 7 yards from the line of scrimmage if they mark this off as an infraction call, which they will. Plus the 10.
That was a nice pattern run by Brandon Shane, who made an excellent reception on a crossing pattern and then carried the ball some 15 more yards. It was a 28-yard gain, but it's going to be nullified.
Spot of the foul, the 30. That's 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They'll mark 10 from there. Nope, clip. That's 15. That's a 22-yard penalty.
That's a huge difference because now it's going to be 2nd and a mile, and they lose field position. It would have been at the Crusaders' 35-yard line, trailing 21-7, 9:11 to go second quarter. Now they're back at their own 15. Second line.
Jordan wide to the right, and they hand off on the draw to the Acre out to the 19-yard line before he's brought down. They go for the safe choice on second down. Pick up a 4, third down and 26.
Pick up 4 yards, third and 26.
Shane, who caught the last pass for the big gain that was nullified, is back in the game. Jordan motions right to left out of the split. Back to pass is Lude. Wants to go long, airs it out. Has Jordan down there, but it's intercepted at the Martins Ferry 45 by Philip Stone, and he'll be dragged down there. So Philip Stone with the interception gives the Crusaders great field position, and they'll go to work. First and 10 at the 45.
Anthony Yanni was there along with Stone, but Yanni's about 5'7", Stone about 6'2", and Stone outleaped his partner and made the interception. Yanni right there also. And that's...
Let's see if the Crusaders go for the knockout punch on first down. Stone wide right. They'll hand off to Kevin Williams on the dive play out to the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. Pickup of about 6. Second down and 4.
Again, it's that blast play off of the eye with lead blocker, fullback Stephen Daly. And got to believe that that's Kevin Williams' favorite play because he's got a blocker in front of him and he can pick and choose where he wants to cut.
Short 4 to go on second down. Crusaders already lead 21-7. Martins Ferry scored first.
Excuse me, Gene. 2-11 on 17 running plays.
Slot right with the back split, but the Crusaders get an early start, and they'll be penalized 5 yards.
Second penalty for 10.
Crusader lineup. Next time you come, John, how about keeping your pet fly at home?
He was biting my arm.
Back split, slot right. Prest wants to throw. Looks for Winnick down the left sideline, and it's in and out of his hands. Bit of a tough catch. Winnick had to turn back to his left to try to make the grab, but goes through his hands incomplete. Third down and 8. Notice the quarterback never tells the center much. To the line 15 minutes before everyone else. Johnson motions out of the flanker right. So the Crusaders will have twins left. Back to pass, Prest looks down the left side and has Stone complete at the 30. He'll give ground and try to get around the right side as he crosses field to the 25, to the 20, and down at the 18-yard line, and we'll have a face mask call at the end of the play.
Stone was wide open as the flanker in motion. Johnson went to Stone's side and went straight down the sidelines, and Stone came underneath and was just wide open, and Prest found him very nicely.
Familiar with Harding Stadium where the yard numbers are. He caught the ball on the 30-yard line yard marker, and he ran from there to the far side of the field and was tackled just about on the out-of-bounds line. So he probably ran 100 yards. They gained an extra 15, but they'll tack on the face mask. Gain to the 18, the penalty down to the 9, first and goal for the Crusaders.
So Preston's pass to Stone picks up 25. Central now in with 11 first downs here in the first half and going for their 4th score in 4 possessions.
Back split, slot left. Hand off to Daly from the tailback. He'll rumble inside the 5 down to the 4.
Martins Ferry hurt by penalties. 54 yards on 6 penalties. Backfield.
A lot of times it's the back that went in that'll get the ball, but not this time. It's Kevin Williams, puts his nose down behind some blockers close to the goal line, but not in. Joey Prest trying to be the referee with his hands up, but the guys in the striped shirts aren't buying it. 3-yard gain for Kevin.
Kevin Williams down to about the half-yard line.
It'll be third and goal from about the half-yard line.
Stone replaces D'Onofrio, and undoubtedly he'll be in the backfield in the bone, as both Krager and Winnick are in at the tight ends.
And off Daly.
Yes, sir.
Daly, touchdown. Crusaders take a 27-7 lead. Martins Ferry scored first way back at the 10:55 mark of the first period, but it's been all blue and gold since then. Real stiff wind behind Kopcha's back. Good snap ball down, kick up. And just shy of Langley Avenue as it drops inside the fence. It is caught by a man. 28-7 Crusaders. 4:48 to go, second period. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Philip Stone, Daly getting his second TD and Kopcha his fourth straight conversion. 8 plays to carry the 45 yards after the Stone intercept.
Well, if Kopcha wanted to put one into the end zone, he's got the wind to do it right now. Big wind behind his back, and he'll squib it instead, and it'll bounce to, well, the right side man. That's number 45, and getting short yardage on the return. Bell will get out to about the 33-yard line.
Rich Galtier makes the stop on the Crusaders specialty unit. Side linebacker position replacing Winnick.
Joseph wide left, Shane wide right, and it's the option left. Lou pitches for the acre. He has to pluck it off the ground practically, and he'll pick up only about 4 yards out to the 36-yard line.
Joseph with a nice black block, but good support by Stash Rusnick and Yanni and a few other buddies, Stone over there, to hold it to a 5-yard gain. It could have been much better.
2nd and 5 at the 4-minute mark of the first half.
The winner of tonight's game ball cricket.
3 white shirts come into the game, and only one's on its way out. Crusaders will be back in 60 seconds.
Hi, this is Pat.
2nd down and 5 for Martins Ferry at their own 37-yard line as they break the huddle. The backs are split. And the pitch to the right side, and they throw it on the halfback option. Jordan's open downfield, but getting back and tipping it away is Philip Stone.
Jordan, defended by Philip Stone.
If it's aired out a little further by Brian Peterson, Jordan's going to have his second trick touchdown of the night.
It hung up there, and Stone, with his safety spot, was able to get over.
Crusaders might thank Mother Nature for that one because they were thrown into a big wind. Option right, Lude pitches the acre, looking for a block. Doesn't get much of one from anyone, out to the 41-yard line before he's brought down.
That's been their best play of the evening, Gino. Lude either keeping it or pitching it, and that's close to a first down.
The acre on the sweep.
They're going to bring the sticks across.
Richardson on the stop. We have an official's time.
Can't exactly see where the ball
The winner
is.
of tonight's game ball is Phyllis George. The winner of tonight's game ball
There's a familiar name.
There's your buddy, Gino. Phyllis George. Should I tell the story?
Sure.
One day, Gino called me at school, and the secretary answered the phone, and she said, "May I ask who's calling for Mr. Neese?" And Gino said, "Brett Musburger."
Having no idea what the lady's name was.
Gino says, "May I ask who I'm speaking to?" And the lady that answered said, "Phyllis George."
Well, we chuckled.
So then Phyllis rings upstairs. Gino says, "Boy, I'll tell you, that secretary downstairs is really on the ball." I said, "Why, Gino?" And she asked me who was calling for Mr. Neese, and I told her Brett Musburger. So, okay, well, then I asked her, Gino said. She said she was Phyllis George. And I said, "Gino, well, that's exactly who the lady is. Her name is Phyllis George." And she didn't know who the real Phyllis George was, dealing with Brett Musburger. So after Gino and I had a nice conversation, I called back down and talked to Phyllis and told her. Wow, was she surprised. I thought that was very nifty, Gino.
This for it.
I'm tired from working today on the plumbing job.
4-yard pickup on the play for the acre, and he'll get the handoff on 4th and short, and he's got a hole to the 50. Cuts it back inside. Crusader 45, 40, down at the 35.
The acre all the way down to the Crusader 30.
So the acre finally gets a hole to run through, and he makes the most of it as he rambles down to the Crusader 35-yard line.
And that's what can happen when it's 4th and short and the defense is up close, and if you can get little Seaman pop through like the acre did, you can pop a big gain, and he almost went all the way before John Taylor caught him from behind. A big play for the Purple Riders to get back into this football game.
About a 23-yard pickup, and they go to the wishbone at 2:57 to go in the half. Back to throw, Lude, and he throws it down the left sideline, but the closest man to it's a Crusader, and Anthony Yanni intercepts it at the 6-yard line, make it the 8-yard line, and he stepped out of bounds, but he has the interception. The Crusaders have the football.
Is that how you used to teach him to catch a baseball in the outfield when he played for you down in Mingo?
Anthony played for the Astros.
Oh.
Would have been a little better had he played for us, but he was all right.
Didn't the Astros beat you out a couple of times for the championship?
Yeah, we had 3 in a row. They've won 2 in a row.
Okay.
But we beat them last year. Without Anthony, of course. He had graduated.
Crusaders on their own 8.
So the Crusaders first and 10 on their own 8, and they have the Mud Crew in. They're in the wishbone, double tight end. And the handoff right side to that was Kevin. All right, Kevin Williams. He'll get to the 9, maybe the 10. I think of a 2-yard pickup just shy of the 10. Second down and a long 8.
Vickers on the stop for Martins Ferry.
2:30 to go in a turning first half clock. Central leading 28-7 as they've scored touchdowns on all 4 of their first half possessions.
Williams, D'Onofrio, and Daly in the Crusader backfield. This one, that's not D'Onofrio, excuse me. That's number 40, Kenny Richardson, and Kenny Richardson will plow out across the 10 to the 15.
Kenny Richardson had a very nice game as he came in last week in the second half and picked up over 50 yards in his short stint. He runs extremely hard. The junior at about 160 pounds.
Richardson. 3rd and about 3. Wishbone again, Kevin Williams, and doesn't have great footing as he crosses the 15, falls and looks just shy of the first down marker at the 17-yard line. Crusader punt team started to run onto the field. Now they'll go on.
Well, this is a big play for Martins Ferry if they want to get back into this football game. The rain's pelting down hard. The ball's going to be slippery, and Polshaw will be standing inside of his 10-yard line, and the Riders use a timeout with 1:24 to go in the half. Central leading 28-7. We'll be back for the Crusader punt in 30 seconds.
This is a
Back to kick for the Crusaders, stands at his own 4. Needs a good snap and gets one. The Purple Riders had everybody but one on the line, but they don't get the ball. He booms it out to the 47. It bounces, hits the 50, rolls sideways, and rolls dead at the 49.5 of Martins Ferry.
Pretty good.
Jordan White out to the right. And they fake the scissor, and rolling right to throw is Lou. Throws short, and great catch by the fullback, number 24, Brian Peterson at the Crusader 46. Reached up with the left hand, and as he reached, he was hit, but still was able to field the football, if you will, and bring it down. Only a pickup of 4, but that's make it 5, but that's a great catch.
You know, that was the same action that they used on the TD pass with Jordan streaking down deep, but they threw it short because Jordan was covered.
On 2nd and 5, Lude the pass again, looks downfield. I don't know if it was tipped or not, but he throws it into the ground at the 40-yard line near no one. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 with 53 seconds to go in the half.
Reese Jordan, who's split to the right, has got his gloves on.
Yeah, if it keeps raining, he better take them off because they're worthless when it rains. Lude to throw over the middle, and it's complete down to the 33-yard line. And the clock will stop to move the sticks. Pickup of about 12. Yep.
93 yards now in the air. As Lude has hit 2 of his last 3. 4 of 13 for 93 with 2 intercepts.
Did you catch who caught the ball?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Enough for a first down.
It'll be a first down. One up here. Then they used one when the Crusaders were going to punt. Now they've used this one.
They've got to put that ball deep. With any completion short, the clock will continue to run.
46 ticks left in the half. Lude back to throw. Looks downfield, wants to go deep, and does over the middle, but it is incomplete as the ball hits at the 2, and there's a flag down in the middle of the field at about the 6.
Could be a holding penalty because I don't think the guy who they threw the flag on, who I'm pretty sure was D'Onofrio, was interfering with somebody that was trying to catch the football.
Well, they call pass interference against the Crusaders. So Slot to the left, and Lude will roll a little to his left and look to the ends. Now he'll throw it short, and it's incomplete. Anthony Yanni on the D. Pass intended for Brandon Shane.
That was a good time management here in this possession.
Slot left again. Lude rolls right, in trouble, hit, the ball's loose, and the Crusaders are on it at the 24-yard line.
They got Krieger and Richardson putting the pressure on, and recovering the fumble was 62. Or was it 70? Johnny Taylor, one of the Taylor boys, got the fumble recovery. Third turnover for the Purple Riders.
First and 10, Crusaders.
So the Crusaders, first and 10 at their own 24 with 18 seconds to go in the half, and the clock running, will probably run one and head for the locker room with a 21-point lead.
That was Frank Taylor on the fumble recovery.
And the one is a scissor play. Kevin Williams crosses the 30, still working out to the 34-yard line. And will be near the first down. Don't believe he got the first down, but give him a gain of almost 10 yards. First half comes to an end with the score: Catholic Central 28, Martins Ferry 7. Back to Harding Stadium in 60 seconds.
You know, especially on the ground as they brush the football 24 times for 235 yards here in the first half. Presses only passed 3 times. He's hit one for 25 yards. Total Crusader offense, 27 plays, 260 yards here in the first half. They've got 12 first downs for the Purple Riders. They've rushed it 14 times for 47 yards. They've hit 4-14 in the air for 93. So Martins Ferry with 28 plays here in the first half for a total of 140 yards. They have 6 first downs. Central's punted once for a 34-yard average. Martins Ferry twice for a 36 average. Central has not turned the football over. Martins Ferry has had 1 fumble and 2 pass interceptions, 3 turnovers in the first half, and they've been penalized 6 times for 54 yards. Central 3 times for 25. Central scoring on their first 4 possessions after Martins Ferry scored only a minute and 5 into the football game on a 64-yard Jason Lew to Maurice Jordan pass. McFarland converted, and Martins Ferry was quickly on top, but Central came right back with an 80-yard, 12-play drive. Kevin Williams going the last 26. Kopsha converted 7-7 at the 6:20 mark of the first quarter. 4 minutes later, Williams on a 52-yard run. Kopsha converts, Central on top 14-7. Early second quarter, Daly a 52-yard run. Kopsha again converts 21-7. And with 4:48 to go in the half, Daly scoring his second touchdown on a 1-yard dive, 28-7 as Kopsha converted as we're starting the third quarter. Back to Gino as the Crusaders will receive McFarland's kickoff.
Kevin Williams, 143 yards on 15 carries. Joey Press, 23 on 2. Daly, 68 yards on 6 carries. Theaker with 43 yards on 8 carries, and Lude with 14 yards on 4 carries for Martins Ferry, and getting into it and driving it into the end zone again is 255 pound, wasn't it? Yeah, since the first quarter. It's raining, the wind is blowing right to left. The Crusaders will work into the wind here in the third quarter.
Not very pretty out there, Gino, as I was out during the half.
And the handoff to Kevin Williams on the dive play over the right side, and he can't break the tackle at the 25-yard line, but a flag goes down. We may have a hold. We do. First and 15. Slot to the left. And they hand off to Williams again. This time he runs into traffic in the backfield, and he'll be brought down to the 16, a gain of only 1.
Kevin Williams picks up about a yard.
Second down, 14.
Pickers on the stop.
Not sure Central will get a little rambunctious down here and probably will keep it on the ground and hope to break one, because they're averaging in the first half close to 10 yards a carry on the ground.
Well, you don't want to give the Purple Riders a quick chance to get back into it, too, on a mistake. You're up 28-7. You don't need to give them any reasons to get excited. Option to the right. Pressed, pitches. Daly loses the ball, but it bounces out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
Luckily,
Stowe will wide out right. Johnson wide to the left side. Johnson now motions left to right. And Prest wants to throw. He's in trouble. Sidesteps a tackler and tosses it for Kevin Williams, who was a little open at about the 25, but the high lob doesn't quite get to him. It falls incomplete.
Prest had a lot of wide open receivers, but got heavy pressure. Didn't have the time that he needed to make the completion.
So they'll bring up 4th down and 9. The Crusaders will kick it away.
And the Riders should get good field position here.
Pole shot, a kick for the first time this evening. And it's a low kick, and the wind just really held that ball up as it bounces at the 40 and out to the 45-yard line. That ball got up into the wind, and the wind just knocked it right down. And you look at the flag, John Neese, and you see why. It's a blowing.
Martins Ferry, with the wind behind him in excellent field position, has a lot of room to operate here, and a TD could get him back into this football game trailing 28-7. This is their best field position of the evening at the Central 45.
Jordan wide to the right. And option right, the handoff goes to the fullback. Number 46 is Eric Del Guzzo.
His first carry of the evening, I think.
It is Del Guzzo. So 4 for Del Guzzo, 2nd and 6. Backs in the eye, and the handoff again to number 46, Del Guzzo. Down to about the Crusader 36-yard line, about a yard shy of the first down on the 5-yard pickup.
Mike and John Taylor on the stop.
Best 2 back-to-back running plays that we've seen Martins Ferry use. Nothing fancy about it. Fullback up the gut. Getting some good blocking from his right offensive side of his line.
3rd and a single yard as they go wishbone now with double tight ends. And the handoff goes to Theaker. Theaker hard-pressed to reach the 35. I don't think he has the first down. And if it's where the official was standing on the near side, he didn't. And that's where it'll be marked. He'll be about a football shy of the first down.
Pick up about a half a yard.
So 4th down and a half yard. I got to think Martins Ferry will go for it, down 28-7. Wishbone, double tight end, quarterback sneak, and on second effort, Lude makes his way across the 35, down to about the 34, make it the 33-yard line.
First down.
A gain of 3 to the 32, 1st and 10, Martins Ferry. Option right pitch, and Theaker has some running room to the 30, where it's a quickly collapsing Crusader defense to stop him before he could do any more damage. He got only the 30-yard line.
John Taylor and John
D'Onofrio, good play on the outside corner, and John Taylor, the big 220-pound defensive tackle, trailing the play and making the stop along with D'Onofrio.
Gain of 3. Handoff on the dive play. That is Peterson. Peterson will pull inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line. 3rd down and 4.
This time,
backs in the eye. Bell is wide out left. Option left. Lude turns it up to the 20, down to the 15, down to the 14-yard line before he's written down. Be about a 6-yard, making a 10-yard pickup. Where are we at? The 14?
26 to the 14, give him 12, and I'm impressed with Lude.
Back of the yard markers. Wow. Wishbone double tight end again. The handoff goes to Theaker. Theaker to the 10-yard line before he's dropped. Pickup of about 4. He'll be shy of the 10. Give him a pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7.
Good field position like...
Now the backs in the eye as they set up a pro eye. Option right, Lude in trouble, turns it up as he slips by one tackler and dives with someone hanging on him down close to the 7. Breeze, double tight end Wishbone. And the handoff goes to number 42. It's his first carry of the game, Ryan Kroll.
Kroll tries the right side, tripped up by John Taylor.
He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
4th and 3.
4th down and 3 in Martins Ferry. There to have a shot in this game, you got to figure has to pick up the first down here.
half and have come out here with their first possession in the third quarter, but yet no points on the board.
Lude wants to throw, rolls right, throws to the corner of the end zone, and in and out of the hands of a defender, then in and out of the hands of a receiver.
The note for you was the defender that almost intercepted. And I think the intended receiver was Caprito, the tight end. He almost made the reception a la Notre Dame today.
I think it was 26, Kurt Seacrest, but irrelevant on who it was. He didn't catch it. Catholic Central goes 1st and 10 at their own 7, maybe the 8, and time called by the Crusaders.
Limited time offer at participating restaurants.
Pizza Hut restaurants in Steubenville, Wintersville, Weirton, Wellsburg, and Carrollton.
Well, as they run the play before we get back, Joey Prest on his own rambles out to about the 19-yard line.
It's Kenny Richardson.
Okay.
In the bone.
Prest was trailing him. About it in a minute. Wishbone double tight end for the Crusaders. Hand off to Kevin Williams. He'll cross the 20 out to about the 22. Pickup of 3. You know there are coaches in the box around, and a long 6 for the Crusaders. Hand off Richardson again, off lap tackle, breaks the tackle across the 30 to the 31-yard line. He'll have enough for the first down and more.
Told you earlier that Kenny Richardson had a very nice game in the second half last week, picking up over 50 yards. He's carried the ball twice here in this series. First time he got 11. This time he got 9. That's not too shabby, averaging a 10 a carry.
25 on 3 carries in the game. Crusaders stick with the bone in the double tight end formation. Prest on the scissor, hands off to Williams, and Williams out to the 35-yard line before he's tripped up. Big gain of about 4.
This is what Central did in the first half, just running from split backs and I backs. Now they've been going from the bone.
Richardson again off left tackle. This time he'll pick up a short 3 before he's stacked up and pushed back from the 38.
Stops Kenny Richardson.
276 yards now on the ground for Central on 32 running plays. That's close.
Down about 3.5, 4 yards.
Offensive line has done an excellent job.
And again from the bone. Option right. Prest wanted to turn it up, but he's hit as he turns up and knocked down at about the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th and a long 3. Crusaders will have to kick it away. Gets a good snap. And the kick is an end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 44 and dies at the 43 of Martins Ferry. So the Purple Riders 1st and 10 from their own.
Big win.
Martins Ferry has the win for only another minute 40 in this game. The hand off to Theaker. Theaker across the 45 out to the 49-yard line. Pickup of about 6 or 7.
Theaker.
Shane wide left. And it's an option right. Lude keeps it. He puts his head down and pulls forward close to the first down marker. He ran into a linebacker and just kept bowling.
That was Taglione. Lude is a very, very hard runner for a 168-pounder, and he can lower the boom. Look for a sneak.
It is, and Lude will have the first down and more to the Crusader 45-yard line. Clock will stop long enough to line up the sticks. Crusader deep people seemingly back a little more. They won't throw it. They'll hand it off straight up the middle, and going absolutely nowhere is the fullback, number 46. And that is 28, Martins Ferry 7. We'll be back to Harding Stadium in 60 seconds for Black Jacket.
They fake the draw play, and on the scissors play, Kroll from his right wingback position will get back only to the line of scrimmage as the Crusaders not fooled. Stash Resnick, the right defensive end, stayed at home and made the defensive play. He was helped out by 40, Kenny Richardson, the right outside linebacker. So it's 3rd and 9. Back Lude. Should be a passing play. He's back. He's under pressure. He's not sacked. He gets away. 50, 45. lowers the boom at the 40 and drives down near the first down at the 36-yard line. Again, Jason Luke doing the job, and he lowered the boom on Jim Winnick, the left outside linebacker, and was hit at the 39, but drove to the 36, about a half yard short of the first down, and Lude with an excellent job. Split backs. Lude, left side, stacked up, they're almost stealing the football. Big pile up. Daly was in there and was trying to steal the football. Now we got a flag. Stanwyck was there, Winnick was there, all the Crusaders were there.
Here's a flag.
Delay of the game against Martins Ferry.
Delay of game call against Martins Ferry.
The loss was back to the 39-yard line. Central will take over the football as they make a big
First down.
fourth.
Who had the last carry?
I think it was Peterson, 24. Riders in a six-man front. Timeout called by Martins Ferry. 3, 6, 9. I think they've got 12 on the field. If you can get away with it, wonderful. I used to let their 45. The backs are in an eye. Here comes the counter play. Williams finds a hole. 45-50 down to the Martins Ferry 46-yard line.
46-yard line.
Both guards pulled and made the trap, and Kevin Williams, a benefactor, as he picks up 9.
Kroll makes the stop.
Pickup of 9, first and 10 Crusader.
Williams, third of the half at the Rider 46. Daly gets the handoff. He's hit at the 45, and he'll go no further than the 45.
Daly stopped at the 45 by a gang of Martins.
The game for more than a play now.
9:30 to go. Pro set for Prest. Counter play. Williams breaks the tackle. Nope, he won't break the tackle. As an arm tackle made, I think, by 84 John Caprito, who grabbed the jersey and the arm of Kevin Williams to slow him down and prevent him from another big gain, as he will be down at the 54 here in the second half after getting 2:35 in the first half. Back to pass. Press floats it out, intercepted on a one-handed reception by John Caprito. The pass intended for Kevin Williams coming out of the backfield, who was open, but Press couldn't get it over defensive end Caprito's arms. Otherwise, it would have been a big gain. Looked like he kind of at the Central 45, they're 43, and now they're 40. Eye backs. Here goes Lude on the option around the left side, turns it up over left end for a short gain. Kenny Richardson, the outside linebacker, will make the defensive play.
Richardson on the stop of the Crusaders.
Lude, defensive secondary.
Said runs of 11, 9, 12. Not bad.
That's Ray Shapano. Hand off to the tailback, and driving over the right side is Rich the Acre. Good yardage for the Acre on the blast play. John Taylor makes the stop, along with Richard Altair. Altair in a linebacker spot on the inside. Continues to run the clock down to 7:20 and counting here in the fourth quarter as they trail 28-7 in a big downpour. Deep handoff, first down and some, is driving over the left side. It's the Acre again as he crosses the Central 45 and dives down to the 41 before Anthony Yanni brings him down. Helped out by inside linebacker Vince Taglione, but the Acre coming alive here. At least for the Acre. They're 10th and 4th of the half. Here goes the big fullback, and that's Peterson batting over the right side, crosses the 40 and dives down to about the 38. Taglione again in on the stop, helped out by Frankie Taylor. Martins Ferry doing a good job of moving the football. Backs are in an eye. Single receiver right. Option. Nice pitch back by Jason Lude. The Acre carrying the football, crosses the 35 and is down at the 34. Again, Taglione helped out by Stanwyck make the stop. As Lude continues to impress, running the option, turning it up himself, or flipping it back to the trailback. Well, you took 4. But under 6 minutes to go here in the football game. The Riders trail by 21. Lude rides the fullback, turns it up over left end, and will go down short of the first down at the 32-yard line. Winnick there making the stop along with John Taylor, the end in the tackle. The ball at the 32. It'll be 4th down and a long one. 127 as they're in a double tight end wishbone on 4th and short. Quick toss, running room. He dropped the football to the outside. It's loose. And Central, whether they get it or not, will have the football as they've held on down. If he holds it, he's going somewhere. I think the ball carrier was Ryan Kroll, and we haven't seen that play out of the bone. It was a full spinner by quarterback Martins Ferry, dominating the action here in the second half, moving the football, but neither team putting any points on the board. Central defense has bent but hasn't broken. Twins left, backs in an eye. Here goes Williams, running room to the outside. 35, cuts it back, 40 to the 41.
He had a one-man wall out there, John. Steve Daly took 4 people out as he just kept scraping his block across the line and came up with 3 or 4 white shirts to push out of the way.
Frito makes the stop at the 41, 8 yards for Williams, and he's had just an outstanding evening.
Oh, about 170 yards on 21 carries.
Although Central really hasn't had the football much here in the second half. Pro set for the Crusaders with a pair of new wide receivers in. We'll get those for you. It's a dive play, Daly. Daly close to the first down. Daly has the first down and some as he keeps driving across the 45 out to the 47. I think that was Daly.
Down a minute, there he is.
It was. Number 42 as Daly kept those huge legs churning and those big shoulders plowing, and it's a first down to the 46. Receivers are 23 and 15. That should be Gibson and Mazik.
Krager at the fullback now.
And Richardson gets the handoff over the right to the left side. Flag into the pile as Polshaw is in at quarterback, as Gino told you.
There's a flag.
New offensive guard in there. Number 66 is Rick Galtier.
Real easy to figure. For 2 years we've been saying Augustinowitz, and it's wrong.
I'm not sure. Pro eye for Polshaw. Little draw play. Nice counter action. D'Onofrio gets to carry over the right side. Crosses the 40 out to about the 43-yard line.
Acre on the stop.
The Acre made the stop. Central's penalized. Let's see. 5. Rains have slowed down a little bit. The backs are split behind Polshaw. Little counter action. D'Onofrio crosses the 45 to the 46.
Out to about the 46.
And it'll be 3rd and long.
John, 28-7. Rain is just about quit. Not totally, but just about.
51 in that offensive line. I think that's Brian Krager. Option left. Polshaw's hit at the 45 and dragged down at the 46.
Polshaw, a keeper.
Doing the hitting and dragging was Johnny McFarland. Helped out by 46, Eric Del Guzio. And the punting unit will come in. Over the football is Terry Long. As Long will be the long snapper for Polshaw on the punt. Nice snap. Polshaw with the wind this time. Booms it high, end over end, driving the receiver back. He won't receive it. It gets a Crusader bounce inside the 10 and will be finally downed at the 5-yard line. So Polshaw's punt making ups in there as Martins Ferry takes over, and Mood is back in his end zone. He's throwing out to the left side, and he's got a man wide open, making the reception, getting away from a couple of tackles. Shane makes the reception, I think. Yep. Ferry with first down. Number 5 in the half. Play action, Lude back, he's hit, he'll be sacked. A couple of Crusaders in there. 72, I think that's Chapano, that's Dominic. And the other tackler in there, the initial was, I think, 61, Chris Furby. Both defensive linemen in there, and they make the Saccarino of Lude back at the Purple Rider, 15 for a loss of 8. Well, if it was so, in a scoreless second half, 28-7 Central. Here's the draw play. And it will go nowhere as getting the handoff and tripping over maybe a defender was 34 for the Purple Riders. Rich Theaker, one of the workhorses for the Ferry ground attack, and that's a loss again back to the 13 of 2. They won't get a playoff. Lude is back. He's looking. He's going to go long. He's got his man out there. It's a floater, and it's going to be, I think, intercepted. It is. Making the grab is Jared Cottrell, number 31. with the pass interception. Cottrell, the 5'9", 150-pound junior, records the Crusaders' third interception of the football game. And after the first possession, of which Martin Ferry's Lude hit Jordan, and that's who the intended receiver there was.